Should you eat intuitively? What is intuitive eating? And is this something that you should try in order to lose some weight and get in great shape? We're gonna cover all of that in this video, but before we do that, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button below, because on this channel, you're gonna learn how to build that 7-figure body without starvation, suffering, or cutting out carbs. What's up, everybody? This is Coach Amir from 7figurebody.com, and in this video we're going to talk about intuitive eating. You probably heard, oh, you should just eat intuitively. So eat basically whatever your body thinks and feels that you need at the moment, and this is, somehow magically going to turn out perfectly in a way that you're going to eat exactly as many calories as you need. You're going to be in a proper, macronutrient and micronutrient ranges. You're going to lose weight and get in great shape by doing this intuitive approach. Unfortunately, I believe that this is a very, very prime example of how something that has a good intention most likely ends up being just not working out for most people who try it. And here's why. Remember that our brains and bodies are wired for the time that doesn't exist anymore. We're supposed to be living in a jungle where food is scarce. We don't have food available all the time. In the jungle, you basically are either hunting for animals to get some food, or you are trying to find vegetables and fruits that are seasonal, and then maybe you can eat that and survive. And this is actually evidenced by some of these studies that have shown that tribes that still today live similar to how we used to live, our ancestors how used to live, is when they find, let's say, a large amount of honey, which is, by the way, the most energetic, calorie dense, like high energy, calorie dense food in the nature. When they find a huge amount of honey, do you think they're like, well, I should probably eat a little bit of this and then store all of it for later when we may not have it anymore? No, that's not what they do. Their brains say, hey, you have a large amount of food or energy right now. You may not have any food for the next year, and you will literally starve and die. So basically, eat all you can eat right now, eat everything. So what they do is they literally eat themselves to sugar coma. Like they eat until they pass out and they can't eat anymore. And then if there's anything left, they'll take it. But this is what we're wired for, because the brain says, hey, all of this huge amount of food is here right now. Says who that this is maybe gonna be the last meal, and I'm not gonna find any food anymore. I'm just gonna starve to death. So remember, with this same brain wiring that hasn't changed since the first human to today, we are living in the world where, as you know, in the modern world, basically for a couple of dollars, you can go to the first grocery store and buy thousands of calories worth of whatever junk food or healthy food, doesn't matter, but it's going to be very caloric. And therefore, we have an abundance of cheap, easily available, and easily accessible foods that are really high in calories. So it's very easy to overeat. This is one of the main reasons why the whole world is overweight, because we all eat more than we think we do. And it's probably safe to say that most people are eating intuitively, right? I just eat whatever I feel like. I don't exercise, and there you go. 80% of the world is overweight. Over 40% is obese, at least in the US. Probably the rest of the world is following those pretty discouraging stats as well. So if I am to eat intuitively, for example, for me, I do this for a living, my whole life is about health and fitness, obviously. But if somebody brought me a large pizza and a large apple pie at 9 p.m. every day, I would intuitively eat probably half of each right there, and then by the end of the night, I would eat all of it every day, and obviously I would be in a huge calorie surplus. A couple of months from now, I would be very overweight. A year from now, probably be, or less, I would be obese if I just ate intuitively, because that's how I feel like at the time. Put it right here, and I'm gonna be feeling like, I probably need a little bit of pizza, right? And another problem to this is there are two types of hunger that pretty much nobody talks about, but it's very important. Number one is a regular, normal, physiological hunger, meaning your body needs food and energy to live. Therefore, when we get hungry, the brain is like, hey, eat, or if you don't eat for long enough, you're just simply gonna die. You literally will. So, okay, that's physiological hunger that we all know about. However, there is the second type of hunger called hedonic hunger, which simply means, in plain English, we eat certain foods simply because we like the taste of it. We enjoy it. We really love the taste, and we do this regardless of whether we are hungry or not, regardless of whether we have a real physiological need for that food. So this drives like huge number of calories that people consume every day simply because the food tastes good and we like the taste of food, and there you go. That trumps over our natural instincts to eat normally as we should. We know it's too much, but we're still gonna eat it. Case in point, let's say you have a family dinner or holidays are coming, so let's say you have some kind of party or whatever it is, large gathering of people, a lot of food. You ate so much that you can't breathe anymore. You ate a lot of food and somebody brings a wonderful, tasting amazing and smelling great dessert. So in that moment, your brain should say, hey, you're already overeaten, you ate too much, you really shouldn't be eating more. But your brain is like, but apple pie, like for me, I love apple pie, I can't resist it. So somebody brings an apple pie, I'm gonna be like, yeah, give me that piece. Even though I'm already full, I can't eat anymore. Well, stomach stretches, to feel more. So I'm gonna have probably, a couple hundred calories, 300, 400, 500 calories of an apple pie. Not because I need it, my body certainly does not need it, but because it tastes good. And this is just, if you think about the modern environment that we live in, and just think about how much of our actual food intake is driven by this sheer fact of it's there, it's available. Right now, as I'm recording this video, somebody put let's say a slice of apple pie right here, I would probably eventually be like, well, let's stop the video, let's eat it, right? Because it tastes great, I love it, and me intuitively eating, I would eat all of it, right? And I would definitely overeat. So this is where intuitive eating fails in the real world. So the real world test, I absolutely believe it fails for most people. Of course, is there somebody out there, somebody who's very in tune with their body, who can really control their portions and be like, no, I don't really need that food. I can just eat my, this healthy food here and never eat any pizza, never eat any apple pie, never eat any desserts or cake. Sure, I'm sure somebody like that exists, but they are far and few in between. I believe for a vast majority of people, intuitive eating is a terrible idea. Because really, if you think about it, how did we come to the whole world being overweight, at least the modern world, is by eating intuitively, which is just a different word for eating what we want, when we want. So this is why I believe instead of eating intuitively, we should actually be aware of how much we're eating and track what we eat, because calories are the currency of human body, just like dollars are the currency of your business. In your financial life, calories are the currency of your body. Calories are absolute king, and as long as you control them, and of course, within the allotment of calories that you conclude that you need, you can actually put some of these apple pies and all of this, certainly, but it still has to be controlled total amount because calories are king for weight loss. So that's it for this video, guys. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think about intuitive eating? Do you think that it's a good approach? Have you tried it? If you did it work for you? And if you tried it and it didn't work for you, why do you think it didn't? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to see your opinions of intuitive eating because it's a very popular term, and a lot of times clients ask me, what do I think about it? And most often I really tell them that I do not believe intuitive eating is going to work for most people, at least if they are foodies. Somebody loves food. Like I, for example, love food. Majority of my clients do. If somebody doesn't love food and kind of says, food is just basically a fuel for me to live, otherwise I would never eat if I didn't need to, maybe that's a group of people for whom intuitive eating probably could work well. But for a majority of people who like food, I don't think it does. So, guys, if you like this video, please click the like button below. Also, click that notification button so every time we come up with a new video, twice a week, every Friday and Sunday, we're coming up with new videos showing you exactly the real world proven science-based ways to lose weight, get in amazing shape as an entrepreneur so you can actually have a great looking and feeling and performing healthy body to go along with your business success. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, click that subscribe button below, and I will see you all in the next video. Cheers.